Thank you very much for that. Let's quickly talk about Tejas Networks. That is one of the casualties of the day. And that's because the numbers have been very, very disappointing. The company's top line has fallen between 85 to 90%, both on a quarter-on-quarter and on a year-on-year basis. So the top line has come in only at 200 crore rupees. It's a sharp decline compared to the prior quarters. Now, the reason for that is they were expecting the BSNL order to come through. But that purchase order came through only after the quarter closed. And that also, as of now, it's the purchase order. I think the final deal is yet to be signed. So that was reason number one. But even outside of that, the company did say that there were certain delays in the shipments. So delayed inventory arrival, shipment clearances for a few customers, all that impacted the top line. Now, courtesy the big drop in the revenue, the company also reported a big EBITDA loss of 126 crore. And that resulted in a big profit decline of nearly 194 crore rupees. We tried to chat, we spoke to the management, and this is not a management we often, speak to, but they did indicate that, on BSNL, the street fears that, what if this BSNL comes to an end, right? You can't be a one-trick pony. To which they said that, BSNL, if it has to be a pan-India player, it needs a lot of 4G, 5G upgradation of the network. So basically indicating that the opportunity is there for BSNL. Secondly, they also said that, but we don't want to be only dependent on BSNL. We want to increase our international share. In fact, the focus of the company is to get in global operators also. So they're saying their aspiration is that the contribution of international revenues will go up from the current 18-19% to about 30 to 40%. But I think this year is still going to be a little bit of, a challenging and a transformation kind of a year. In fact, let's listen in to what the management had to tell us.
In FY25, we came off on the back of a really large project, this BSNL 100,000 sites, which we had to deliver in a very accelerated way. And that kind of resulted in a huge bump up of our revenues from FY24 to 25. So obviously, we are all been very clear that FY26 is not going to be in the background of FY25, and we should look at our business in the context of FY24 and so on.
What you see as reported receivables are to a large extent or significantly on account of the BSNL 4G project that got executed over the past few quarters. In fact, the last quarter was the completion of the project. Now, those receivables are expected to be collected over a period of time based on certain milestones related to implementation of the project. So we should see that coming down over the next few quarters within this financial year. Also, a part of these receivables are essentially against that. We also have received an advance on this project of about 1460 crores. Now, that lies in the other liabilities because some of the milestones that were to be delivered are yet to be completed. So on a net basis, I think the actual receivable number is much lower than what you see on the reported statements.
Okay, that's Tejas Networks for you. Get into a break.